Jagex came out with a new quest on RuneScape today, Quiet Before the Storm. So, in my opinion, this quest is pretty cool. It's going to have 2 other quests that come after it. It's a quest trilogy for Pest Control. So, now you're actually going to be able to go into the minds of all the Void Knights. So, that's pretty awesome. Now, you want to start this quest. You don't actually go to Pest Control to start it. You want to go to Fallador Park and speak to Sir Tiffy to start this quest. The quest that you will have to complete before you actually start this quest is Imp Catcher and Wanted. You need level 42 strength, level 35 attack, and completed at least 1 game of Pest Control. Now, what you'll be doing in this quest is actually getting inside the minds of the Void Knights and figuring out certain puzzles and how Pest Control works and stuff. Now, this quest is pretty cool. I haven't actually done it, but I believe that Jagex has done a lot of stuff to this quest. It's not going to be one of those lame quests that you do and you're just like, oh, that was boring as shit. So, this quest is expected to be very awesome. The trilogy is, expected to have a good storyline since Void Knights and the whole Pest Control area has been in the game forever. So I'm sure they won't, lame us out of another quest. Now, there was a few other things that they actually did to the quest today. Free-to-play quest changes. Swept Away and Mists of Whitelands are now free-to-play quests, and Sheep Shear and Witch's Potions are now not considered quests. Now, don't worry about that. You won't lose quest points. Now, this had got me thinking, are they actually going to mess this up with the coding for the quest cape? Because sometimes Jagex doesn't think about that kind of stuff. But hopefully they can still allow the quest cape. Now, it's free to play, so they won't actually get the capes. But if, you had just become free to play and this has happened, and then you go back to members and you complete, some other quests like the one that they just came out with today, the Quiet Before the Swarm, will you actually get the cape is what I'm thinking. And that thought for me would be a no. So hopefully they'll be able to fix that if they hadn't thought about it. In other news, they've changed animations to all the Strike, Bolt, and Wave and Surge spells. So when you use these magic spells on anything, the animation will change. If you have your particles on, you'll be able to see these animation changes. And they also added new sounds to it. They've also added a smithing anvil to the town of Lumbridge. It can be found right next to the furnace in Lumbridge. So I really don't see, how this is going to be a great advantage to some people because the bank's still like forever away. So not a really big advantage there, but there's a new smithing anvil in the town of Lumbridge. It's now easier to obtain hunting supplies up where the penguins area is near the boat. So the very north part of RuneScape is where you would hunt where the penguins are, and now they made it easier to obtain hunting supplies. They've added a counter for the friends list in lobby, so now you don't have to go through your whole friends list and count one by one how many friends you have. They actually have a number listed on how many friends are on your friends list and how many people you hate on your ignore list. So that's pretty nice. Now, this next part is really cool. You can now set a marker or waypoint on your world map. So you can set that, and then I'll have like a little, blinking arrow thing on your mini map, so you could run straight there. It'll show you the fastest way there. It's now more efficient to turn cheese. So they made it easier to make cheese in RuneScape. Now, I believe that was because cheese was, going way up in price, way higher than it should have been, and maybe it was being merged or something. I don't know. But they've also updated climbing boots. Now they're going to have a pair for the quest, and they're going to have a pair for, with the stats, if you want the stats. So the ones for the quest are actually going to have no stats on them. The ones with the quest, or the ones with the stats, are going to be ones that you can buy later on. After you completed the quest, and those will have the stats with them and everything. So that's bringing new items into RuneScape that we don't really need. But yeah, that's most of the updates today. Actually, all the updates, other than the patch notes, which I'm going to read out some cool ones to y'all now. if they have any. But I'm sure they do have some, you know, because Jagex loves to make the games way cooler. Actually, there is a shit ton of patch notes, so I'll be looking through those while this video uploads. If you would like to view the cool patch notes, make sure to check out the description. If this video helped you, make sure to like it, not dislike. You might accidentally click that button, I don't know. But other than that, that's been the updates for today, and I hope you all enjoy this new quest as much as I will, because I will actually be doing this quest, because, you know, y'all know me, I'm not much of a quester, but this quest looked pretty pro, pretty cool. All the information for that quest is also going to be in the description bar, so make sure to check it out. There's going to be a lot of information in the description bar, so check that out. Other than that, thanks for viewing my video, and I hope to see you all on RuneScape.